Hello, RVers and YouTubers. Here we are at Sea Rim State Park. Let me tell you, I've been hearing about this park and wanting to come here ever since we bought an RV. It sounds kind of fascinating in a lot of ways. It's a marshland. It's right on the Texas coast. And I don't mean on the Texas coast like you normally see where there's a barrier island out there or it's on a... No, this is on the mainland, but there's nothing between you and Cuba but water, okay? I mean, it's the ocean right there. You get waves and you get all kinds of stuff. You can play in the surf, all right? It's also kind of different because we know state parks that have, what, 200, 300 RV campsites. This one has 14. That's it. 14 campsites, 14 brand new, really nice campsites. But like most Texas state parks, you know, full hookups with sewer are few and far between. There's not a single one for the campers. I think the park host might have one, but other than that, there are no sewer hookups, all right? But that's okay. It's a neat park. We're just gonna come down here for a few days, and it should be fun. We can do some surf fishing, see some alligators, and explore a little bit of this part of the Texas Gulf Coast. Now, this is the upper coast. We are just a couple of miles from Louisiana. I mean, at one point, we're going to be next to the Sabine River, and on the other side of that river is Louisiana. To me, that's like looking into another world, you know? But anyway, interesting part of Texas, the Texas Gulf Coast, where I've been all up and down that I'd never been to. And here's this different kind of park. I can't wait, or couldn't wait. But let me tell you, after being here for a couple days or more, I don't know what to tell you. We're going to do a review of this park. I'm going to tell you the good and the bad and the ugly, all right? Stay with us and find out why I'm telling you right now, I will never come back to this park again. Never again, all right? It's got stuff that sounds kind of cool. Nope. Nope. We will never come back to this park, okay? So there you have it. Now, if you like reviews like this, hey, be sure to subscribe and like and hit that like button, and we hope to see you again. But, you know, stick around and I'll tell you why this park, I would not recommend it to anyone. Sorry. I'll tell you why. But let's look at the good stuff, all right? Let's go. All right, most state parks have these hiking and biking trails all over the place, and they're a lot of fun. Hey, what's not fun about riding your bike or your horse or whatever on a trail? This park is a pretty good sized park, but it has no real hiking and bike trails. If you want to ride your bicycle, you're going to be riding it on this park road kind of situation here around, and that's probably not too bad. But the hiking trails, this is a marsh. That's all there is to it. It's a marsh, which means there are no firm ground hiking trails. There are trails, but also because this place gets hit by hurricanes so much, they have to make really valiant efforts to make stuff that's going to hold up to the storms. Let me demonstrate here. Here's one of the trails. It's called the Gambusia Trail, named for a type of fish. Some people call it mosquito fish, that they like to encourage to live here because the mosquitoes are pretty rough. And it's a hiking trail, but not like you are used to. First off, bicycles, things like that aren't allowed on it. But let's walk a little bit. This is a sizable trail, and as you can see, it's pretty much new out of treated lumber and stainless steel screws. They want this thing to last, and it goes off and around the marsh, and it's no small trail. And so it was fun. We hiked it yesterday and just had a great time. Don't expect to see, a bunch of alligators or stuff like that on this trail, but it's still a nice trail. But this is marshland. This isn't a hike in the woods and things like you'd expect at most state parks. But it was incredibly pleasant. I'm not going to take you on the whole trail, but it has interpretive signs along the way telling you what you're seeing and stuff. It's a good walk. It's a nice trail. And they have several trails like this. A lot of, well, just about anywhere you go is either paved or has a boardwalk like that on this state park. Now, I should also point out that this state park is located right in the middle, surrounded by national wildlife preserves or refuges that you can go into and you can check out and you can see things in there. Again, these are mostly marshes, but hey, we saw a couple alligators in one yesterday. That was kind of cool. One of them was in a red phase. It was a red alligator, pretty neat. Anyway, let's go look at a couple other things. That was our RV right there. We're parked at campsite number 13, I guess, and it's right here by this boardwalk. You get everywhere from A to B pretty much in this park on boardwalks. This one goes from the RV area straight to the beach. Let me show you. As you can see, this isn't a bad beach as far as waves coming in, and you could be able to splash around and do some stuff on a foam board or something like that. As far as Texas beaches goes, this isn't that bad. So it's got that going for it. They talk that there are like 14 campsites and then 75 primitive campsites. Well, that's kind of a lie. And they'll tell you that 75 is just a number that they estimate that you could get on the beach depending on what you're camping in. You can camp in a tent, you can camp in an RV. There are just no services. There's no electricity, there's no water, there's no sewer, there's nothing. There's nothing. It is pure primitive beach camping. And I was talking to some of the people here that run the place, and they say sometimes people call up and say, is the primitive camping full? And they just laugh. Primitive camping's never going to be full because it's just camp on the beach as far as the eye can see, wherever you can find a spot. So keep that in mind. They even let RVers boondock there. I mean, it's not a problem. And that's $10 a night. So it's got that going for it. But we're going to talk about one more thing about this state park that's kind of a problem. Okay, let's go there. All right, well, let me give you my review about this park. Now, I love Texas's state parks, and every one of them is different from the next, and that's one of the great things about it. Some states kind of have cookie cutter state parks. They all look the same, they all work the same, and maybe there's a little bit different variety of something to see, animal or tree or something like that. Texas, every single state park has its own personality. I love that about them. Some state parks have 14 RV sites, others have 300, and they all offer different things. Thing about this park, though, that will make me never come here again has to be the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes are relentless. They are terrible. Other viewers say, yeah, and the mosquitoes were kind of bad. They were just terrible, okay? They get inside the RV. I talked with a lot of the other campers, and they had a pretty good sense of humor about it. They were talking about how one lady said, when we're trying to kill mosquitoes in the RV, at some point it becomes a sport to see how many you can kill with one hand and things like that. And then somebody was talking about the fact every time you kill a mosquito, most of the time it leaves a little splock of blood on the RV. And they said, yeah, my RV looks like a crime scene because of all the blood all over the place I'm gonna have to clean up. That's how bad it was, okay? We went and bought a dust devil at Walmart so we could try to suck up the mosquitoes so it wouldn't be as bad as it was all night long. It's just terrible. You get out in the shade, you get ate up by a mosquito. You get in your car, they're mosquitoes. The sun is out now. I'm out here in the sun. It's not too bad, but if it were cloudy, I wouldn't be able to stand out here, okay? Everybody says mosquitoes are bad. That's an understatement. I'm telling you, we will never come back here again. And I hate to say that about any state park. I won't. The mosquitoes are just too bad. I'm looking right now and I can see mosquitoes buzzing around my camera person because she's in the shade. I don't know what to say. Great little park with great potential. The surf fishing might be okay. Our son is over there swatting mosquitoes away from her as she's trying to film this. Oh my gosh. No, we'll never come back here, and I'm sorry to say that. So anyway, that's Sea Rim State Park. I'm sure it's possible to get here in the middle of summer in July. I talked to a ranger about it here. Are the mosquitoes bad in July? He said, well, if we don't have a lot of rain and everything dries up, the mosquitoes lessen to some degree. But then when that happens, very often we get biting flies. Oh my gosh, I am never coming back to this park. Okay, I'm sorry to say that because it's a cute little park. It's got lots of potential. Nah, we're never coming back here. I'm sorry. Well, come and see us sometime. The reviews are going to be honest. That's all I can say. Have fun out there on the road. We're having fun in our RV. We hope you are too.